Joining us now to talk about the importance of industry engagement and NCBA membership is Dan McCarty. He's the Director of Industry and Affiliate Outreach for NCBA. Dan, last month we put a lot of cowboy hats and boots on Capitol Hill. Tell folks, why is this legislative conference so important for our industry?
Well, it's just a great opportunity for cattlemen from across the country to get together and go back to D.C., pound on some doors and talk to some of our senators and representatives. And it's also really important that we use it as a relationship building opportunity because, you know, they have large staffs back there, our representatives, and they need to get to know who we are, and we need to build those relationships with them. That way, when something does come up that involves our industry or something that we should have a say in, they can feel comfortable enough to give us a call and reach out to us and let us tell them how those ideas and possible regulations and legislation is going to affect us back home on the farm or ranch.
Mm-hmm. And you know, some people say that their voice simply can't be heard on a national level. They're too small, they're too insignificant. What would you say to those people who suggest that maybe they can't make an impact on the national level?
Well, I mean, that's what our form of government's all about is representation of the people by the people. So the only way to actually make a difference is to get involved. They always say that politics is a sport that you have to get involved in. It's a contact sport. And it really starts with our state affiliates. You know, folks should get involved with their state affiliates because they have very strong relationships with those representatives and senators from their state. That's the first place to get involved. That's where those relationships really start to form. And you know, you just got to get back there and spend the time and spend the money and put the effort in to develop those relationships so those people feel comfortable talking to you and you feel comfortable talking to them. You know, it's always a pretty eye-opening experience the first time you go back there and see what it's all about. But when you get those relationships in place and those people know you and you know them, it really makes it just a simple conversation with folks. And it's a really easy way for anybody to have an impact on the process.
You mentioned state affiliates, and I know you believe so firmly in the state and national partnership. Tell folks how you've seen that state-national partnership play out and really benefit all of us in the cattle industry.
Well, that's really what this whole thing's all about. I mean, NCBA is the national organization, and we're built with all the state affiliates, and many of our state affiliates even flow down to the local level. And it's really fun to see when you know, an idea starts at a local level, a grassroots level, and you're at one of those meetings and you see that idea turn into policy at that meeting, and then at the state annual meeting you see it put together and passed on to NCBA, and it's a real neat process to see when it happens that way. I mean, all of our ideas come that way. We're a grassroots organization, and we just wouldn't be able to do this without the input and the participation of all those state affiliates and all those members that are involved on both the county, national, and state level, actually.
You've read the same articles that I've read before with folks saying that NCBA is just for the big guys. What do you say to that?
Well, it's simply not true. We represent pretty much everybody across the nation, anybody involved in our business. You can take a look at our member numbers and see that we have everybody from the one-head guy to the part-time hobby guy to some of the largest ranching operations in the United States. And I think that's really what makes us unique, and that's really part of our strength is that we have equal voices from all those people, all those segments of the industry, and I think that's what kind of packs the power to our punch is that we have all those people involved.
Absolutely, and we are the oldest cattle organization in the country as well, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for being here, Dan.
Thanks for having me.
There's strength in numbers. If you'd like to support the beef industry, why not become an NCBA member? By doing so, you'll be sustaining the work of NCBA in defending and advocating for the cattle industry in Washington, D.C. It's easy to do. Just call toll-free 1-866-USA-BEEF, or you can visit the website beefusa.org.